Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining Srimad Bhagavatam study, Bhagavatam reading, which is the most auspicious activity for a human life. So we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9. So discussing about Bhishma Dev's instructions. So this is a text we discussed.
We have finished Parvat Muni and Narad Muni Prabhuji.
Yes, yeah, 6 and 7, right? So
Which Prabhuji has to explain.
well, next is a Dhaumya, right?
Dhaumya.
Yeah. Okay, so someone can read. Anyone?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dhaumya, a great sage who practiced severe penances at Uchkochaka, Tita, and was appointed royal priest of the Pandava kings. He acted as the priest in many religious functions of the Pandavas, Samskara. And also, each of the Pandavas was attended by him at the betrothal of Draupadi. He was present during the exile of the Pandavas and used to advise them in circumstances when they were perplexed. He instructed them how to live incognito for 1 year, and his instructions were strictly followed by the Pandavas during that time. His name is mentioned also when the general ceremony was performed after the battle of Kurukshetra.
Your voice is breaking, Mataji. Not very clear.
In the Anusasana Parva of Mahabharata, still Prabhuji?
Yeah, I think in between lot of disturbance is there.
Then somebody
what about others able to hear? Can somebody respond?
Then somebody can read Prabhuji.
For me, it's a little disturbance. What about others able to hear what Mataji reading?
Then so anybody of you can read Mataji's Prabhuji. Somebody can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, shall I read?
Yeah, are you able to hear Mataji reading?
No, it was little disturbance. I mean, it was not very clear.
Okay.
I'm in the village, Prabhuji.
Okay. Continue from there. No
problem.
He instructed them how to live in incognito. You can read from there.
Yeah. He instructed them how to live incognito for 1 year, and his instructions were strictly followed by the Pandavas during that time. His name is mentioned also when the general funeral ceremony was performed after the battle of Kurukshetra. In the Anushasana Parva of Mahabharata 127.15-16, he gave religious instructions very elaborately to Maharaja Yudhishthir. He was actually the right type of priest of a householder, for he could guide the Pandavas on the right path of religion. A priest is meant for guiding the householder progressively in the right path of ashrama dharma or the occupational duty of a particular caste. There is particularly no difference between the family priest and the spiritual master. The sage, saints, and the brahmanas were especially meant for such functions.
Hare Krishna. So here different sages who were present were explained. So Prabhupada is giving explanations about those sages. So in the previous verse, Parvata Muni, Narada Muni has been explained. Today we are further discussing Dhaumya. So it's self-explanatory about Dhaumya. So he is a great devotee, and so many activities, so many specific places Dhaumya was there, especially the Pandavas, the samskara, what he did, or the engagement of Draupadi to Pandavas. So many other places, his presence were there. But the important point the Prabhupada says here, a priest is meant for regulating householder progressively in the right path of ashrama dharma. So priest is not meant for taking dakshana and go away. The job of the priest is to guide Grihastha. So there are 4 varnas and ashramas. Krishna himself says, Chaturvanya Maya Shishta Guna Karma Vibhagasha. He says, I am the one created this 4 varnas and ashrama, but not based on a birth, based on their guna and karma. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the different classification is made based on a person's guna and karma. What kind of activity he does, how he behaves, what kind of nature he has got. Accordingly, the classification is made. Doesn't mean that Brahmana's son will be Brahmana or Shudra's son will be Shudra. If the Shudra's son got Brahmanika quality, he can be Brahmana. That's why the olden days, when the child was sent to Gurukul, Guru decides based on the nature of the child, what kind of education he should get. The child is more of Brahmanical education, Yajana Patana, reading Shastra, then he'll given a Brahmanical, education. The child is more of fighting and brave. He has given a Kshatriya education. The child is more of a business and agriculture. He has given a Vaishya. And if no other, he'll become Shudra. This is how the ashrama, different varna and ashrama is given. So, but Prabhupada points out that the duty of a priest is to educate the householder in progressively right path. Generally, the householders more into sense gratifications, but because of their the sense gratification, they should not get entangled there. They should come out and progressive towards Krishna consciousness. That's ashrama dharma. Whichever ashrama they are, they have Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but they have to follow the dharma, duty, occupation, duty. That's why Acharya is saying there's two kinds of duties. Occupation duty, the duty related to the body, which is condition duty, and duty related to the spirit, which is constitution duty. As an Atma, as a Jiva, I have my duty towards Krishna, which is serving Krishna. But when I'm this body, I do my duty as the man, woman, or whatever, husband, wife, but that duty is there. That's why the priest's job is to educate them properly. Prabhupada says there is particularly no difference between a family priest and the spiritual master. The today's guru, they also teach the same thing to the disciples. The family priest also supposed to teach same education to the family man. But today somehow our society becomes such that everything is money. You give money, that's it. They are not bothered about your spiritual advancement, what benefit you get, not bothered. That's what is happening today. So anyway, we'll move on next. Badarayana, Vyasadeva. Somebody else can read quickly. Kids, are you good in reading English? Janashri, can you read? Yeah, read this. Unmute.
Sir, which?
You can see in the screen, no? Badarayana.
Yes.
Yeah, read.
Balarayana, he is known as
Krishna.
Krishna.
Dvaipayana.
Dvaipayana.
Satyavati Sutta. Okay, I think finding it difficult. Okay, next time we'll read. Let somebody read, practice it, no problem. Somebody else, adults want to read? Anyone?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead here.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bhadra Narayana Vyasadeva. He is known as Krishna. Krishna Dvaipana Satyavati Sutra Parasaraya Maja Bhadrayana Vedavyasa, etc. He was the son of Mahamuni Parasara in the womb of Satyavati prior to her betrothal with Maharaja Santanu, the father of the great general grandfather Bhishma Deva. He is a powerful incarnation of Narayana, and he broadcasts the Vedic wisdom to the world. As such, Vyasadeva is offered respects before one chants the Vedic literature, especially the Puranas. Sukadeva Goswami was his son, and rishis like Vaisambhayana were his disciples for different branches of the Vedas. He is the author of the great epic Mahabharata and the great transcendental literature Bhagavatam. The Brahma Sutras, the Vedanta Sutras, or Badarayana Sutras were compiled by him. Amongst sages, he is the most respected author by dint of severe finances. When he wanted to record the great epic Mahabharata for the welfare of all people in the age of Kali, he was feeling the necessity of a powerful writer who could take up his dictation. By the order of Brahmaji, Sri Ganeshji took up the charge of noting down the dictation on the condition that Vyasadeva would not stop dictation for a moment. The Mahabharata was thus compiled by the joint endeavor of Vyasa and Ganesha. By the order of Mother Satyavati, who was later married to Maharaja Santanu, and by the request of Bhishma Deva, the eldest son of Maharaja Santanu, by his first wife, the Ganges, he begot three brilliant sons whose names are Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. The Mahabharata was compiled by Vyasadeva after the battle of Kurukshetra and after the death of all heroes of Mahabharata. It was the first spoken in the royal assembly of Maharaja Jnana Mejeva, the son of Maharaja Parikshit.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, talking about Vyasadeva, who is also called Badarayana. The question for kids, Janashri and Chittaranjan. How many Vedas are there? Can somebody unmute and say? How many
Four
Vedas?
Vedas.
No, I'm asking for kids, especially there are two group of kids joined today. How many Vedas are there? Quickly unmute and say. Yeah. Not able to unmute or don't know? Okay, who wrote Vedas? Janashri or boys?
Sir, Vyasa.
Yes, Vyasadeva. Yes. How many Vedas are there?
I don't know.
Okay, 4 Vedas. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is also called Badarayana. So it's also called Krishna Dvaipayana or Satyavati Sutta or Parasharaya or Parasharatmaja, Badarayana, Vedavyasa. The different names is called. So Vyasadeva is a literary incarnation of Supreme Lord, Narayana or Vishnu, who incarnated to write scriptures like our Vedas. And who wrote Mahabharata? Can girls, children can say? Who wrote Mahabharata? Huh?
Vedavyasa.
And yeah, he dictated. Who wrote?
Ganesha.
Ah, yes. Ganeshi. So last few days we are celebrating Ganesh festival, right? So Ganesh is the one who wrote, Vyasadeva is dictated. So they had an agreement that, the Vyasadeva should not stop dictating and Ganesh should write only after understanding. So that is they had an agreement. So whatever Vyasadeva continuously spoke, Ganeshji understood and then wrote. That's how all the Mahabharata, and inside Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita is also there. So here Vyasadeva is called literary incarnation of the Lord, who is the one written all the Vedas. And then he divided the Vedas into Sama, Tharva, like that, Yajurveda, and divided, and he gave it to different disciples to further propagate it. And then even after that, he was not very happy. He was feeling despondent. He was not unhappy. He was unhappy. So he went and asked his Gurudev, Narada Muni, what is the reason for my unhappiness? What is the reason I'm not happy? I written so much work. I written Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, so many things I wrote. So much the work I done, but still I'm not happy. So Narada Muni says, actually, all this work you have done, you are not glorified the Supreme Lord. Whatever the work you have done, you're talking to Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The people generally take up the Dharma for money. Dharma is for money. We go to temple, ask, give me that, give me this, give me promotion, make me pass in the exam, let the exam be easy. Correct, no? Children? That's what you ask, no? Or you ask something else. So like this, our business people will go to temple, ask, let me get more profit. Somebody else will ask something else. So dharma we do for artha, money or promotion, wealth, like that. Why? So that we can enjoy more. But after enjoying dharma, artha, then finally it become moksha. We want moksha because we are fed up of it. Because there is a limit of enjoyment. After that, we cannot enjoy more. Then we want moksha. But all these Vedas, people took it for that purpose. But they never took it for glorification of Krishna. So Narada Muni says, you write Srimad Bhagavatam, where you glorify the Supreme Lord. So that's what we are reading today. Now the whole series we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, which is written by Vyasadeva. And he is glorified as Supreme Lord. So Bhagavatam talks about the glories of Supreme Lord and his disciples. There are 18,000 slokas in this, around 12 cantos. So different, more than 300 chapters. So this is how the Bhagavatam is kind of explained here. So that Vyasadeva, he is glorified here by Srila Prabhupada, who has such a great personality, who begot the children like Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura, as instructed by his mother. And also the talks about Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev is one of the another great personality. So talking about Bhagavatam, which we are reading, Bhagavatam is so important that whoever keeps Bhagavatam in the house, no shoka can come, no sadness can come, because Bhagavatam is so potent. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Krishna and Bhagavatam is one and the same. So with just reading Bhagavatam, we get all the benefit. So that's why Bhagavatam given so much important, because Bhagavatam glorifies Krishna, and also Bhagavatam can respond. Generally, we go to temple, worship Krishna. Krishna may not respond immediately. Krishna may not give you instruction immediately. Some intuition may come. But here Bhagavatam gives a response. We can read Bhagavatam and we can get instruction from Bhagavatam. So that's why Bhagavatam can given so much important in our life. Everybody should have Bhagavatam at home. Everybody should read Bhagavatam, either at least one sloka per day, or at least some pages, 1 or 2 pages per day we should read. So we should have Bhagavatam. Those who don't have Bhagavatam, please let us know. We should have, because now Bhadra Purnima is coming. Very, very auspicious day to keep Bhagavatam at home. And we should worship Bhagavatam by reading Bhagavatam, not just by reading, we should practice Bhagavatam and we should realize it, practice what the instruction of Bhagavatam. So here different pastimes of Vyasadeva is given, but end of the day, for us, Bhagavatam is the ultimate scripture where we can really understand the purpose of human life. We'll read one more. Yeah, next one somebody can read. Bradhaswa. Can somebody unmute, please, quickly?
Hare Krishna, I will read Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji. Please.
Brihadasva, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Brihadasva, an ancient sage who used to meet Maharaja Yudhishthira now and then. First of all, he met Maharaja Yudhishthira at Kamyavana. This sage narrated the history of Maharaja Nala. There is another Brihadaswa who is the son of the Ikshvaku dynasty, Mahabharata, Vannaparva 209, 4 and 5.
Yeah, we can read Bharadwaja also.
Okay. Bharadwaja. He is one of the 7 great rishis and was present at the time of the birth ceremony of Arjuna. The powerful rishi sometimes undertook severe penances on the shore of the Ganges, and his ashrama is still celebrated at Prayagadama. It is learned that this rishi, while taking bath in the Ganges, happened to meet Grutachi, one of the beautiful society girls of heaven, and thus he discharged semen, which was kept and preserved in an earthen pot, and from which Drona was born. So, Dronacharya is the son of Bharadwaja Muni. Others say that Bharadwaja, the father of Drona, is a different person from Maharishi Bharadwaja. He was a great devotee of Brahma. Once he approached Dronacharya and requested him to stop the battle of Kurukshetra.
Yeah. So here Bharadwasa, and next Bharadwaja. Bharadwaja is father of Dronacharya. We all know Dronacharya, who is a guru of Pandavas and Kauravas. So his father. So how Drona was born, the semen of Bharadwaja was kept in a pot. From there, Dronacharya was born. So the different pastimes are there. Here, Prabhupada says that there is a saying that this Drona's father Bharadwaja is different from the other Bharadwaja. But point we should understand, these great personalities are not an ordinary person. They are the part of the various scriptures, and like Bhagavatam and Mahabharata. So we should we imbibe certain qualities from their life, and try to imbibe in our day-to-day life. We'll read Parashurama. Let somebody, please. Please, someone unmute, please.
Shall I read, bro?
Yeah, please.
Parshurama or Renuka Sutta. He is the son of Maharishi Jamadagni and Srimati Renuka. Thus he is known as Renuka Sutta. He is one of the powerful incarnation of God, and he killed the Kshatriya community as a whole 21 times. With the blood of the Kshatriyas, he pleased the souls of his forefathers. Later on, he underwent severe penances at the Mahendra Parvat. After taking the whole earth from the Kshatriyas, he gave it in charity to Kashyap Muni. Parshuram instructed the Dhanurveda, or the science of fighting, to Dronacharya because he happened to be a Brahmana. He was present during the coronation of Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he celebrated the function along with others great rishis. Parshuram is so old that he met both Ram and Krishna at different times. He fought with Ram, but he accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He also praised Arjun when he saw him with Krishna. When Bhishma refused to marry Amba, who wanted him to become her husband, Amba met Parshurama, and by her request only he asked Bhishma Dev to accept her as his wife. Bhishma refused to obey his order, although he was one of the spiritual masters of Bhishma Deva. Parshurama fought with Bhishma Deva when Bhishma neglected his warning. Both of them fought very severely, and at last Parshuram was pleased with Bhishma and gave him the benediction of becoming the greatest fighter in the world.
Want to share some points, Prabhu?
So Parshurama, as we all know, was like Brahmana by birth, but he has that he was like a Shaktavesh avatar, which is having that uh, power of the uh, like the what you say the Kshatriya power he had got, and that he came for that time the Kshatriyas were were doing all kind of
Bad.
adharmic activities, and they become very puffed up. So for that, like the king was there, Kartivir Arjuna, who was very powerful king. In fact, that king has actually defeated Ravan as well and make him prisoner. That time, I think Pulas Muni or Brahma, somebody went and released Ravan from his prison. So he was that much powerful king, and he killed father of Parshuram. And to take a revenge, Parshuram killed Kartivir Arjuna and all the Kshatriyas afterwards, because they are creating quite very environment of terror among the people. So because of that, Parshuram killed all those Kshatriya kings who were becoming a burden on the earth. And we have seen that Parshuram was present in Ramayana as well as in Mahabharata as well. So in Ramayana, we see that incident when the Shiv Dhanush was broken, and Parshuram come to see like who has broken the Dhanush, and then Ram actually took the Dhanush from him, that another Dhanush he'd bring. If you and he said like, can you string this Dhanush, and he took it from him, and he said, now I have like I have to release this arrow. Once arrow is on the bow, I have to release it. Where I should release it? And he said, I think he released it on the whatever austerities he has made, Parshuram. So all those austerities were destroyed because of that, and again he went to do the tapasya. And in Mahabharata, that incident comes when Karna also Karna, by cheating, he went like a Brahmana, and he learned the art of Dhanurveda from Parshuram. And even Dronacharya and Bhishma was also the student of Parshuram. And Dronacharya, because that episode of Amba, she was like the three sisters were there when Bhishma Dev got them from the Swayamvar, and then that girl was actually, I think she was in love with one king. I forgot the name, was Shalya or somebody, and she told Bhishma Dev that I wanted to marry him, and but that time Bhishma Dev allowed her to go, but that time that Shalya refused to marry her because Bhishma Dev has won her by defeating all the kings, so he refused to marry. And then she come back and ask Bhishma Dev that you should marry me, but Bhishma Dev said I have taken a vow, and because of that she was angry because she has nowhere to go, and she went to Parshuram and asked him to force Bhishma Dev to marry her. But Bhishma Dev and Parshuram, they both fought. They both fought for a very long time, and in the end, like it is written that Parshuram become pleased with him and gave him a benediction that he will become the best fighter in the world. So yeah, that is all about Parshuram, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, because each person is later Guris. So yeah, we'll stop here. So devotees can share comments or questions. We'll start with the alphabetic order, maybe Varsha Mataji, other side.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So today I joined a bit late, so I just understood about this Parshuram story. That's what for today I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Who else? Kushi Mataji, want to share something? Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thou, you, and Bharatwaj, and Vyasadeva, and Bhishma. So many great personalities we have been discussing on their qualities and their this thing I must read again and again, and what are all the qualities they have successfully highlighted in their lifetime for the common man like me. I must learn, and I try to imbibe in my day-to-day life, and I must also emerge as a pure devotee and pure devotee of Lord Krishna, and I must purify myself, try to purify myself to the extent possible. That much I have learned,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Murali Prabhu, want to say anything?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Vyasadeva wrote Srimad Bhagavatam to glorify Lord. So whenever I do some activities, I keep forgetting that we have to do for God.
Yeah.
So whenever I remember this, I feel very wonderful. And also the health, we cannot overdo because of our health. So sometimes, so that time the balance is there. That spiritual consciousness, if we keep on reading, we'll be able to decide how much we have to do, how much we have not to do. That is my experience, Prabhu. I wanted to share, Prabhu.
That's the reason while giving the Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class, the place sitting called Vyasasana. And because we are representing Vyasadeva. And also, we are speaking on behalf of Vyasadeva. That's why speaking Bhagavatam Bhagavad Gita is so important.
Okay, Prabhu.
Sridevi Mataji, to share anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Mataji.
Dandavata Pranams. Badarayana or Vyasadeva, they're the same. He has got many names like Krishna Dvaipayana, Satyavati Sutta, Parasarya, and all. So he's the son of Parashmuni and Satyavati. He's actually the powerful incarnation of the Lord Narayana. He has written or he has compiled all the Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, then the Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, and all. And the Mahabharata, it was both written by Vyasadeva and Ganesha. Vyasadeva, he has dictated, and Ganesha has written.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Archana Mataji, you want to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. No, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class.
Okay. Kids, Chandan Raj, Chetan Raj. You want to say anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Jnanashri, are you there? Okay, so nothing is there. We'll end here. Anyone else want to share anything?
Yeah, Prabhu. So this was like very wonderful. Like it shows the brilliance of Prabhupada. Somebody else is who's translating 18,000 verse. He might have thought, okay, just to give some basic thing and go away. But Prabhupada very wonderfully write about all the great personalities. So we will get more context of Bhagavatam and more knowledge about these personalities. That is wonderful. So that's why like Srila Prabhupada's purports are like masterpiece. And devotees should really, really relish those purports, Prabhu.
True. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes,
So,
Jnanashri.
Prabhuji, from Parashurama finished. From Vasishtha, I have to allocate, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Next one you can allocate, Mataji.
Parashurama is finished, no, Prabhuji.
Yeah. After that you can allocate.
From Vasishtha, I have to allocate.
Yeah. Next is Vasishtha, no? Yeah, Vasishtha, correct. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Okay. Yes.
Thank you,
Okay. So nothing else there. So we'll end here. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Zoom, please join. Okay, you can invite others also join. Let everybody come and join. Okay, Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyasya patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namo. Ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Padaki jai.
Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki